I love it.
Woosah. Woosah, Kimosabi. Woosah. Woosah. All right, so we are ready, and we're here with episode 50.
The big 50.
We turned 50 in our series today, and it's pretty exciting. I feel young still, though.
Yeah, I think we're a young 50.
Yeah, we're super young. We're ready to go. We're still spry. We're still excited. Nobody can stop us now. Can't fight the feeling.
Can't fight it. It's on now.
Yeah, that feeling is here, and it's clear that we're ready to roll.
Yeah, imagine having to go back and listen to all 50 of these things.
Jeez. I see a lot of people downloading every episode, too, on the analytics.
Dude, we got a lot of information. We dive pretty deep into this stuff. So, I mean, if you're listening now, I'd go back and I'd start at the beginning, start listening to some episodes. You'll learn quite a bit. Get that notepad out.
Yeah, and they're only 20 minutes at the most. I mean, our Q&As are always like 40 because we have all kinds of questions, but it's super short. You can get through it in your commute. You could listen to like one on the way to work, one on the way home, one when you're sitting there doing nothing. You get through all 50 pretty quick. And then catch us live, because there's nothing better than watching us while we interact, because we have beautiful faces.
And voices, maybe.
Yeah, the voices of an angel.
That's right. Now I know. I didn't know what they sounded like, but now I know.
Mm-hmm. They sound like us.
That's right. So we have a good one today, Chandler Walker.
Yeah, so today we often get the question about, what do you guys do for SEO? And then we ask them, well, what do you think SEO is? And people tell us, well, I have no idea, but I think you need it, don't you?
Well,
so what we wanted to talk
about, right?
Yeah, people, there's so many companies selling it. You'll get someone like charging you $2,500 to manage your SEO or whatever. But what it comes down to is their SEO for a long time before like social media and a lot of the other big stuff was the only way you could drive people to your website, because it was the only way to be found. So it was critical in developing what we were doing and critical in getting people to our businesses and then being able to find us and search for us. But now, with the advent of social media and Google changing their algorithm multiple times, what we're finding is SEO is still important, but it's evolved in the necessity of it. And the way it's evolved is Google understands now that it's not just about like tagging keywords and trying to fill your website up with crap that's going to match up for what people are searching for with one word. Google's more into like, how do we answer people's questions and who provides the most relevant answers and who's the biggest authority in the market to give those answers to. And those are the ones who are going to get pegged to the top and get the highest search results and rankings, because they put the work in to actually have good content. And so what it really comes down to is, how much content do you have? Is your website organized to a basic level to where it has like your city tags and all that stuff? But at the same time, are you putting out content all the time? Is it relevant for what people are searching for? And is it going to be found important when they actually look at it?
Yeah, and SEO is, it's like you said, pre-social media. So, it was the way to do it back in the day. I was originally sold, this is funny, so we handled our own website for years. And someone sold me on the fact that I needed a professional company to build my website. And I think we had like Typeform before. And then the sell was search engine optimization, and they were going to really change the game for us. So we purchase it, we do the whole thing. They build us a nice slick site. Our traffic dropped. We used to have 400 or 500 comments a day on our site, and thousands and thousands of views. And that dropped down into the low hundreds. Comments probably dropped down to 20, 30. And I wanted to know what was going on. And, he's working on it. And about 6 months later, he came to me to try to sell me search engine optimization. It's the new service they were offering. And I said, I thought I bought that from you 6 months ago. And what I bought was, he read about it, sold me on it, gave me a website, and then wanted to come back around 6 months later and actually sell me search engine optimization. And, but in today's market, search engine optimization, it is social media stuff. It's the same thing evolved. And so it's a big piece of the puzzle. And a lot of the times, clients will find you, especially in the service-based industry, because of your social presence and because you're building that relationship, and then they're Googling you and then they're getting into your business. But it's not always a clear line of where they come from. Did they come from Facebook or did they come from search engine optimization? The lines aren't that clear anymore.
Yeah, and I think people get confused in the fact that they think it's like this magic tool that as soon as you turn it on, it's going to put you to the top of the rankings and it's going to make everything like sunshine and gumdrops. But in reality, what it is if you get, for example, like a new website, it's going to take a lot of time for the SEO to actually catch up on the new website. Whoever is doing it for you is going to be able to get it at a basic level and capture what you had before. But with a new site, it needs to be recrawled and readjusted and reevaluated. And one of the biggest way to actually get people in front of your stuff, and in order to get Google to see you as an authority, is you have to put out relevant content all the time. Google wants to see content. I mean, they would prefer content daily and good content that's answering questions and helping people in their search, because ultimately Google's biggest concern isn't driving people to your website. Google's biggest concern is driving people to the most relevant search result so they have the best user experience. So Google's all about the user experience, and that's why their algorithm has evolved so much. And even with like our gym, we've adjusted our website a couple of times, and what we've noticed is when you switch, you drop down a little bit, but we put out so much content every day that you crawl back up pretty quick. And that's just from us saying, okay, using like BuzzSumo, typing in health and fitness and figuring out what questions people are asking. Then you write a blog about the questions people are asking. Then you go back in there and you write, okay, personal training. And then you write a blog about what they're doing. And so you just continuously blog about what people are wondering, thinking, and asking. And then when they search for that, it's going to pop up and people are going to click on it. The more people that click on it, the more likely it is you're going to get boosted to the top. And then on top of that, you take all the content you produce and you share it on social. So now you have the ability to drive people from social media onto your website. So it seems like more people are visiting. More visitors means that you have more authority. More authority means you're going to have a higher search ranking.
Yeah, and something to be careful of. Anybody listening to this podcast, all 2 or 3 people, we see this a lot. Is the website's not marketing, and it's obviously a piece of your overall strategy. But be real careful where you're jumping around and going from site to site to site. Trying to solve a problem that's probably not the website's, website's probably not the solution or the main piece of the solution that you're looking for. It's a place where the people can go to and capture information. So if you're always making jumps, trying maybe like, lead problems or whatever it is, and you don't have, know that even if you're really good at it, it might take you 6 months to get back up in the rankings. My face froze, Chandler. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're moving on the Facebook broadcast.
Nice. All right, I'm just not moving on my own screen. So, just know that it might take 6 months to get back up in rankings when you switch, if you're really working and doing it right. If you're not doing it right and you're not putting the work in on content, you keep switching and you're making your situation even worse, dropping down the rankings. So you want to work with a real good website.
Yeah, and what Dave's saying, one of the most important things is the fact that we get into the thought process that the website is going to be the thing that ultimately drives leads into our business. And when we look at the website in today's market, people aren't going to visit your website. They're not excited about going to your website. They want to go and see you on social. They want to search and find their thing immediately, but they don't necessarily want to go directly to it. And that's because there's so many options and so many things available and so many ways they can go about searching for what they need. They don't necessarily have to go to you, and they're not even going to think of you because they don't know what your website is. And so you have to go out and be found by the consumer now. They're not going to find you anymore. So you have to go and find out where their awareness is and where their attention is at. And then you go over there, say they're on Facebook. So now you put your blogs on Facebook to drive them over to your website. Then maybe they're on somewhere else. Maybe you're doing local biz dev and you're driving people over. And so the big process is we need to take people from everywhere to where the market is and where they're at and where their attention is and drive them into our website, because that's ultimately going to give us the authority we need and get the traffic to our site and make the consumer aware that we actually have a website and that we exist. Then at the same time, that's going to tell Google that what you're doing is relevant and that what you're doing is something good for the people searching for what you offer, which gives you that authority that you need in your domain in order to push you up in the rankings. So remember, SEO isn't about putting like keywords in and finding the best tags and hiding things in the back end editor, because there's a whole world of black hat SEO stuff. And if you get caught doing that stuff, you get dinged and taken down. And so remember, what it comes down to is have the basics established. If you're a local business, you need your local name in there and the things you offer, and your pages should explain what you're doing. But if you're not a local business, it just needs to be what people are searching for. And then the biggest way to drive yourself to the top is to put out daily relevant content that's going to speak directly to your audience. And in addition to that, what happens is when we go on things like YouTube, that's video search. So we need to be paying attention to YouTube now. And the videos you put up, the way you write the titles, the way you write the descriptions, and then even the captions you put up in the SRT files are going to be searchable, and that's going to pop up as videos. So if you own a local business, all your videos, you write captions, you put in the proper title, and you're talking about exactly what it's about, you're going to pop up in all the video searches. And I would say most local businesses that we work with and that we talk to aren't using video search. And the ones that do are the ones who are capturing the entire market from the YouTube crowd. And now when you look at like Instagram, a lot of your Instagram pictures are available on social media and on Google. So when you search, your pictures pop up from Instagram. So remember, your social media, Facebook posts and general stuff inside are probably not going to be found because they often have like a no follow tag, but Instagram and YouTube are going to be highly searchable, and you're going to be able to find what you're looking for when people search for that. So it's not only your website that's going to pop up, but your YouTube account's going to pop up, your Instagram account's going to pop up. And so if you take the time to making those work well and to making those an effective tool and to actually utilize those, you're going to get the benefit of SEO and search results from those. So it's going to drive to your YouTube. And then if you have your YouTube videos set up right, the cards are going to drive back to your website. And if you go to Instagram, they can check the link in your bio and go back to your website. So it has to be like a flow. There is no like static line. And so where I'm getting at with this is everything flows into everything, and then everything flows out to everything. So if you're not utilizing all of the tools, you're not going to be able to utilize what you're doing in the most effective way. And there is no one single tool that's going to work the best, especially in terms of SEO. It's content, and it's making sure that you're searchable in all avenues that you could possibly be found in.
Yeah. So
hey, Dave, you're back. Did you die?
I died. It's okay, because I
had a 3-minute solo there.
I know you did. You did pretty good.
Yeah, I don't even think I took a breath.
And it would have just been, you would have been bones. You wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, I would have known what to do.
So yeah, just kind of going along with that, it's anything that goes on your website at this point, you have to push it to social just to get it looked at. For the most part, right? No one's constantly Googling every day. They're usually on that social media platform. And then, like you said, Instagram and YouTube, you can really make a dent in getting your information out there. That's where the audiences are. So if you put out really good content on your YouTube channel, you'll just get in front of way more people. And like you said, all roads lead home.
Yeah, exactly. And when we look at even in where usually everybody we work with, nobody's using YouTube as a search engine tool. A lot of people aren't putting the captions on. They're not capitalizing on what it's actually useful for, which is not just a social network, but YouTube's also, it's a Google product and it's a searchable tool, and everything you write in there is searchable. And so if you use that, that's going to drive traffic to you at the same time. So Google's not just something to store videos to send out to whenever you need them. Google's a place to put content up that's going to be found on social media, because they're not going to find the specific posts and specific content on Facebook. They're going to have to go on Facebook to find it, but they will find it on YouTube, and they will be able to find it on Instagram unless Instagram changes what they're doing.
Right. So to sum that up for lay people, like, if I was talking to someone locally here, or if you were talking to me, if I type in Google a search, I'm going to get website hits for things I've posted on my blog and on the site. I'm going to get YouTube hits, and I'm also going to get Instagram hits. So it's not just your website. Is that correct, Chandler?
That's correct.
What? And then it's crazy. Who knew that if you Googled something, that's what came up?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's a massive search engine or something where they find everything in the world.
That's crazy. I'll tell you what, YouTube comes up first almost on anything. If you're looking for something, it's on YouTube. And
you want to watch the video. Like, I'll watch a video.
Right.
Oh, gosh, I heard an
echo.
Hello?
Who is it?
But I'll go on and watch a YouTube video for like how to fix my sprinklers in my yard before I'll go and read a blog post about it, because I can watch. Now, if you're by reading, that's fine too. But most people will go watch a video to learn how to do something, because you can watch it, try it, screw it up, rewind it, try it again, screw it up, rewind it, and then you can continuously adjust and reevaluate what you're doing from the videos. And it's hugely undercapitalized, especially in the local gym or the local business, especially in the service industry market.
Yeah, and I think this comes down to your overall strategy. You know, you don't need to be producing just random content. You know, make it more specific and repurpose stuff. So if you write yourself a good blog, go put a video to it. You know, then fire up the camera and do the same, you know, information on video. And then don't just put the video up, go in and capture the video. Once it's captioned, you're good to go. And you know, put in the description what you want people to be able to find in the search. And now you have a blog and you have a video that's searchable, that'll bring them back to you. And vice versa. If you cut really good content and you like it and you're producing a lot of content, go back and pull it out and make it a blog, right? We do that, Shan. We have the Ninjalinas go through our stuff and make them blogs, and they come back and tell us how ridiculous we sound.
Yeah, I repurpose everything. So we'll go out and we'll do like a big speech somewhere, and I'll record the entire speech. I'll put that up on my podcast because people will listen to it because it's going to be longer. But then I'll clip that into 37 different pieces, and I'll use those little pieces in my strategy ongoing. And I'll put those little pieces on YouTube, and I'll put pieces on Facebook and small pieces on Instagram. And then I'll take the little pieces and I'll turn those into blog posts. And now I have 15 blog posts from one speech or one talk or one video I made. And I'll do the same thing with blogs. I'll take the topic of the blog and I'll make a video about it. Or I'll take the blogs and I'll read what's in the blog. I'll listen to all my videos and podcasts, and I'll pull out little quotes to put on pictures for it. And so you can take one piece of content and repurpose it in 7 different ways. You just have to be able to take the time to listen to it. And if you don't have the time, bring on like an intern who can listen to all your stuff and write down and take notes and clip and splice. Like, I just realized my little sister's in video editing class and she knows how to use Adobe Premiere. So I was like, all right, I'll hire you.
She's in trouble now.
Yeah. She'll work for she's probably expensive. She'll probably find someone else.
Yeah, I know I'm reaching out. We get a lot of programs going with the local colleges again. I'm actually excited to have a lot of interns rolling around again. Yeah. We have a lot to do.
Interns are the best, and my favorite people to work with will always be millennials. I'm a millennial.
I think they're young, they have energy, they're willing to work. They don't complain when you send them on coffee runs.
It's true. They don't have expectations up front. You can mold them into however you need to mold them.
Yep.
And then they turn into representations of what you need. And then they turn into really good business people or workers for what you need them to do.
Yeah, well, I think you and I are probably the same. Where when I bring on interns, we actually do real work, and I allow them into the real work side of the business. And what we usually get for feedback from the colleges is how excited they were to be interning for us, because we didn't make them just sit there and file and do like mundane tasks all day like most internships are, and they actually got to be in meetings and decision making and work on projects that made a difference. And so we enjoy working and helping the next generation learn and get into the workforce.
I always have the philosophy, hire fast, fire fast. But with interns, it's get them on, get them in working in exactly what they're going to need to be doing, help them learn, mentor them, bring them along, teach them. And then you're quickly going to figure out whether or not they're a good fit versus just someone who's sits at a file cabinet. You'll never know if that person's a good fit. But if you bring them right in with you, you teach them how to do everything, start bringing on A players right off the bat, you're going to start bringing on people who are ready to go and ready to roll when you actually need them, and people who are excited. And you're going to weed out the people who aren't going to be a good fit for the whole thing.
So tomorrow's episode of the Almost Daily Show, I think officially should be interns.
Yeah, let's talk about this because we got way off topic, but it's a great topic for its own show.
That's right. So I think we fire off an intern show because if you're a good business and you're well organized and you don't have interns in, one, you're not helping the next generation learn, and two, you're missing a great opportunity. Intern in the collaboration and the help and the production that you can get is fantastic. So we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Exactly. Final thought for SEO. We always get the question, Like, how long should my blogs be, and how many words do I need to write? What do I need to do? So remember, write like you're speaking to a human. Don't write like you're speaking to a robot that's searching. I think at the minimum, we like 500 words is probably where you want to be. Google really likes it if you do like a 2,000 word article that links out to different websites, links back into pieces of your site. So you have two options: produce a bunch of 500 word pieces each week, or produce one monster piece that links out to everything in massive collaboration.
I think that's the rule, right? You always hear 500 words, but technically, in order to have it be liked by Google, I think it's at least 1,500.
Yeah, and the more words you write, the more likely it is you to answer a relevant question someone's asking. So you have to handle this in volume with a lot of blog posts are short, or very few blog posts are really long and really in-depth. But most people, I think, err on the side of more and shorter, just because the 2,000 plus once a week takes a lot of time and effort to write.
Oh, yeah, it does.
All right. Episode 50. This is it.
Can't believe it. We made it to 50. I never thought I'd do that.
I know. I feel so good. I feel so young and spry. I can still jump and stuff.
I love it.
Give you jumping jacks. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Q&A Friday. So if you have questions, ask them. We'll answer everything you got. If you don't have questions, we'll just make stuff up and talk for an hour about nothing.
I love it. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.
See ya.